I am now creating weekly exclusive content for Patreon, so if you are interested in that, go check out the link down below. And of course, if you want to avoid the random lottery of FIFA points, you want to go straight to the source, buy the players directly, use u7buy.com and use the code TVM at checkout. What is going on, guys? TVM here. Welcome back to another player review. No 6 o'clock content from me yesterday. I was out doing stuff, but we did get Masuaku. We also got Trezeguet, who I don't think I'll be doing because I wouldn't say he's like expensive. It is a very good card, but it's just not a card that I particularly want to do. So Masuaku is actually coming in. I'm probably saying his name wrong as well, by the way. I apologize for that. He's coming in around 55k, and you can grind this out quite easily. Like, there's that Team of the Season guaranteed SBC that is repeatable. You'll probably see a video from me later on opening 10, 20 of them or something of that nature, but that's a decent SBC. You know, you can grind the 82 to 88 by opening bronze packs into silvers. You know the drill by now. Even if you don't get high rated cards, you could build an 82 rated team with the lower cards that you get. You could then do the Team of the Season pack, and you are guaranteed a relatively high rated Team of the Season. You can get Team of the Seasons lower than 88 rated. I don't know what the lowest. I think it's probably some EFL cards that are probably lower than the 88 rated. But for the most part, you'll be packing 88 plus. And then that into Masuaku, for example, will offset the price big time. So you could get something decent from the Team of the Season. If you don't, put it into this, and then you get a 92 rated card anyway. So that's the way I like to do it, and that's the way I did actually end up doing it in the first place. So here we are. Good looking left back for about 55k. 4-star skills as well, which is nice to see. High attacking work rate, lean body type, 5'10", which is ideal. A lot of pace, 94 acceleration, 96 sprint speed. It's got 91 shot power and 86 long shots if you do end up getting close enough to the goal. But if not, don't worry about it, because he's got some decent dribbling, defensive stats, and some good passing as well. Like I said, it is a very good card for 55k. Let's have a look at the passing. 93 short passing, 89 vision. Could be better, but that's not too bad. But you do have 96 crossing, and he's left-footed as well. Of course, he is a left-back. So if he gets far forward, and then you get down to that byline, and you can play a good ball into the box, he's more than capable of doing that. His dribbling is pretty good across the board. There are two, I wouldn't say slightly concerning stats. They're not too bad given the fact that he's a left back. If he was a cam, striker, midfielder, whatever, these stats would be maybe a little bit problematic. But as a left back, I think they're sort of negligible. You've got 90 agility, 92 balance, 92 ball control, and 97 dribbling, and then 86 reactions and composure. Those are the two stats I would say that would concern me if it was another position. But given the fact that it's a fullback, as I said, I don't know if you're going to be using composure and reactions that much. I don't think they really come into play. So I wouldn't worry too much about those two stats. I mean, you can boost them up if you need to, like using a chem style or what have you, but 99 stand tackle, 99 slide tackle for a left back, that's actually fantastic. I mean, I wouldn't want to necessarily because he's got a high attacking work rate, but I suppose you could use him as a centre back if you were hard pressed. 92 interceptions, only the 81 heading accuracy, which kind of makes me not want to use him as a centre back. And then 88 defensive awareness. Again, you can boost that up using a chem style. To be honest though, chem style wise, because the physicals are quite nice as well. You know, 83 strength is decent, 95 stamina is good. Aggression is maybe a touch on the low side. You could, I suppose, give him a backbone to boost that up. You refine the passing as well. The thing is, I feel like defensive chem styles for this card a little bit wasted, because apart from the defensive awareness, there isn't really a need to boost anything. You know, like the stand tackle and slide tackle are already 99. So there's not an awful lot of point trying to boost up the defensive stats. He's going to do a good enough job there, in my opinion. So something like an engine, okay, only turns him into a 95 rated left back, whereas a defensive chem style would turn him into a 96. But something like an engine, I mean, maybe not so much a maestro, but engine or, I'm trying to think, guardian, but then again, that's defensive stats, although that does turn him into a 96. Architect will refine passing and boost up the strength if you're interested in that. That's not too bad. To be fair, you can't really go wrong with any chem style unless you give him like a, I don't know, marksman or something, because that would be kind of pointless. Saying that though, marksman isn't terrible either. I don't think you can go wrong with whatever you want. It depends on how you play your fullbacks, really. Of course, the engine is, in my opinion, a better one because you do get that pace all the way up to 99. You get 99 balance with 99 dribbling, 97 ball control. You do end up boosting the reactions to 91 just in case you may need it. And of course, the vision goes to 94, short passing to 98, and the long passing to 98 as well. Crossing then again, just touched up to 99. You can't really go wrong with it. Unfortunately, he doesn't have any great traits like early cross or something like that would be really good, but unfortunately, he doesn't, so you're going to have to put up with it. In terms of links, obviously, he's a Premier League player, so it's not going to be difficult to link him into a team. And, you know, if you've got icons or Premier League players around him, you're fine. The nation is definitely where you're going to come unstuck if you decide to not play him in a Premier League side. That's the only sort of comment I'll make about that, shall we say. In terms of how I use my fullbacks, if you've been following the channel for a while, you'll know. Of course, if you haven't been, then you won't have a clue. Basically, I like to put my fullbacks on stay back or attacking, but I put them on overlap. And then I send them around the outside manually when I want to, and they're more than eager to go because they will be overlapping now and again. But then if I say go by pushing LB or L1, they then fly around the outside. And that for Masuaku is unreal because his pace, especially that engine, is unbelievable. And he's more than willing to do it because of the high attacking work rate and the fact that he's on overlap. The other good thing about that is, even though he doesn't have a high defensive work rate, he is more than willing to come back because the instruction is there. In my experience, instructions will overpower the work rates. Not all the time, like 100% of the time, but a lot of the time, you know? So just up to you. I suppose it's just a case of trying it out, but it is up to you on how you use them, of course. If you just want to attempt to stay back and don't attempt to go forward, that's fine. He does a good enough job. Issue there is, it's not an issue, it's just a waste, really. I feel like he's so good at going forward, and that's what we're going to talk about next. You will have seen so far in the clips, of course, that I like to maybe do the little 1-2, get around the outside with him. He's very capable of running down that line, doing the 1-2s with maybe a couple of the centre mids, but mainly more than anyone, you know, your left wing. Doing that all the way down the wing, it does get predictable, and a better player would be able to stop you. But Masuaku's so fast that you might be able to sort of use that to your advantage and get the ball around the outside. Not going to do it every single time, but he's very capable with his pace, unbelievable pace. And then, of course, the ball across from that byline, it's accurate a lot of the time. 99 crossing and 98 short passing with 94 vision with that chem style means his passing is very, very good, and you can get an awful lot of assists if you're willing to take Masuaku from left back to a left wing, essentially. I wouldn't say play him there permanently because his finishing is awful, but yeah, getting him around the outside and using him as an outlet is very good. The other thing is, again, this isn't really anything to do with Masuaku, but if you are doing that and you are sending him on a run, or any left back or right back really, and your opponent starts reading it, you'll notice that the only way your opponent is going to be able to read it is if they get a player, a defender, and man mark either the space in which you need to play the ball or the actual man himself. That will create a space in the middle of the park. So if you use Masuaku's pace around the outside and you start causing your opponent a few problems, he's going to then think, right, I'm in trouble. He keeps doing this. He's too quick. I can't stop him. I'm going to have to actively look. And every time Masuaku goes around the outside, your opponent will then try and mark him. That's going to leave one of your midfielders completely free because he's going to have to move someone away from that position. Use him as a decoy, you know, after a while. Not in the beginning, use him and abuse him, but after your opponent becomes savvy to it and starts blocking that run, just use him as a decoy. Keep sending him, but keep going in the middle. And eventually he'll be like, oh, that's a decoy. But nope, it's not. Now you can play it in. It's brilliant. It really is that good. You can do that with any fullback, but with someone as quick and as fast and as strong as Masuaku, it really does work well. Any negatives to speak of? I mean, not really. He's not like the best fullback in the game, but he's up there with some of the good ones. I mean, for 55k as well, honestly, I don't think you can go wrong. I mean, he's only here for 6 days, sure, but again, it's a showdown, right? Obviously I didn't do I didn't do 6 o'clock content, so I don't know if it is exactly a showdown. I think it's a showdown. So, earn a summer heat showdown. Yeah, exactly. So, West Ham, no disrespect to Aston Villa, West Ham are favourites to win that game, surely. So, for between 55 and 60k, on a risk that this goes to a 95 rated card, you could then have one of, if not the best left back in the game. And the fact that he plays in the Premier League is going to be very handy indeed. I like it a lot. I think the card will fit into a lot of people's teams, and even if it doesn't, coming off the bench, you could use him as a CDM. The weak foot is not ideal, unfortunately, but you could bring him on as a CDM because he does have great balance and agility, good defensive stats, and great passing. So I wouldn't be against doing that either. But all in all, very cheap and cheerful card, and I would definitely recommend it if you're thinking about doing it. And 6 days should be enough time to grind a couple of 82s to 88s to offset that price a little bit as well. Let me know what you think of the card in the comment section down below and whether you have or are going to do it. If you have enjoyed the video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel for new, and until the next time, goodbye.
Football Index. The game changed. Download the app now.